single dad stayed overnight in an airport. He had no clue the CEO beside him would fall in love. Have you ever locked eyes with a stranger for just 1 second, and felt like life quietly paused, waiting to see what you'd do next? That night, in the freezing corner of Terminal C, Daniel Reyes had no idea his entire future was sitting 3 seats away from him, pretending not to cry. Daniel was 34, a single dad with tired eyes and a jacket too thin for the airport's relentless air conditioning. His 7-year-old daughter, Lily, slept with her head on his chest, her small fingers clutching his hoodie zipper like it was the only thing holding their world together. Their flight had been cancelled. No hotel vouchers. No apologies that meant anything, just another reminder that life had been unfair ever since Lily's mother passed away 3 years earlier. Daniel had spent the last of his savings on this trip, taking Lily to see the ocean for the first time. Now they were stranded overnight, surrounded by rolling suitcases, fluorescent lights, and people who still had someone to call for help. "Daddy," Lily whispered in her sleep, her brow tightening. "I'm here," Daniel murmured instantly, even though she wasn't awake. That's when the woman beside him shifted. She looked polished, even exhausted. Tailored navy coat, sleek low bun, subtle makeup that couldn't hide the redness in her eyes. Her phone buzzed again. And again. She silenced it without looking. Daniel noticed her hands were shaking. "You can take the seat closer to the heater," he said gently, nodding toward the corner. "My daughter won't mind." The woman looked up, startled. For a moment, her guard slipped, and something raw showed through. "Thank you," she said quietly. "But I'm fine." She wasn't. Minutes passed in silence until Lily stirred awake, eyes wide with fear. "Did we miss the plane?" Daniel's heart cracked. "No, sweetheart. We're just having a sleepover adventure." Lily looked at the woman beside them. "Are you sad too?" The question hit harder than any boardroom attack ever had. The woman swallowed. "A little." Lily reached into her backpack and pulled out a crumpled sticker sheet. She peeled one off, a crooked star, and held it out. "This helps me when I'm sad." The woman stared at it, then laughed softly, and cried at the same time. That was the moment Evelyn Carter, CEO of one of the largest tech firms in the country, forgot who she was supposed to be, and Daniel Reyes had no clue the woman accepting his daughter's sticker was worth billions, or that she would soon fall in love with the life he was barely holding together. By morning, the airport windows glowed pale blue with dawn. Daniel woke to find Evelyn gently braiding Lily's hair, following instructions Lily whispered like sacred secrets. "You're good at that," Daniel said, smiling despite himself. "I don't get many chances to be," Evelyn replied honestly. Over cold airport coffee, stories spilled out. Daniel talked about losing his wife, about working 2 jobs, about learning how to braid hair from YouTube videos at 2 a.m. Evelyn listened like no one had in years. Really listened. Evelyn shared less. Only that her life was loud, lonely, and full of expectations she was tired of meeting. When boarding was finally announced, they walked together. At the gate, Evelyn hesitated. "I don't usually do this," she said, handing Daniel her card. It was simple. No title. Just a name and number. Daniel hesitated too. "I don't usually believe in coincidences," he admitted. They parted with a smile that lingered longer than it should have. Weeks passed, then months. Coffee turned into dinners. Dinners turned into laughter. Laughter turned into something warm and terrifying. Daniel found out the truth when Lily proudly announced at school, "My dad's friend is the boss of the internet." He almost walked away, feeling small, out of place in Evelyn's world of glass offices and private cars. But Evelyn met him halfway. "I don't love you because you struggle," she said one night. "I love you because you stay." She knelt in front of Lily. "And I love you because you gave me a sticker when I needed it most." The challenges didn't disappear. Money, schedules, fear, they all remained, but so did love. Not flashy, not perfect, just real. And it all started on an airport floor, when 2 exhausted souls sat down and chose kindness. Love didn't change everything overnight. Reality knocked hard. The first crack appeared the day Daniel visited Evelyn's office for the first time. Glass walls stretched toward the sky, people in tailored suits moved with purpose, and his worn shoes suddenly felt louder than his heartbeat. He stood awkwardly in the lobby, clutching Lily's hand. "Daddy, this place smells like money," Lily whispered. Daniel almost laughed, until he saw Evelyn walking toward them, confident, commanding, every eye following her. This was her world, and he didn't belong in it. At lunch, a senior executive leaned in and said quietly, "So, you're the single dad from the airport?" Daniel felt the weight of judgment settle on his shoulders. Not cruel, just dismissive. Like he was a phase. A curiosity. That night, Daniel pulled away. "I don't want Lily growing up feeling small next to your life," he said, voice tight. I already fight the world every day. I don't want to fight your shadow too. Evelyn didn't interrupt. She listened, then she did something no one expected. The next morning, she walked into a board meeting and announced she was stepping back. No headlines, no press. She declined a keynote, canceled a gala, and left early to attend Lily's school play. She sat in a folding chair, clapping louder than anyone. Daniel watched from the back of the room, stunned. Later, outside under the evening sky, Evelyn spoke softly. I've been admired my whole life, Daniel. But I've never been needed the way Lily needs you. I don't want power if it costs me love. Daniel finally broke. Years of holding it together cracked open. I'm scared, he admitted. Because loving you feels like the first good thing that might not last. Evelyn took his hands. Then let's choose each other, every day. Even when it's hard. Lily ran into them, arms wide. Family hug. In that moment, Daniel understood something he never had before. Love wasn't about equal worlds. It was about shared ground, and sometimes, the strongest foundation is built on an airport floor, and carried forward by courage.